thank you for this. We thank you for the blessed holiday and the son that you gave us almost 2,000 years ago. We wish for continuous good health, peace in the world, and help for the oppressed and the starving. We ask for Adam's safe return and a special blessing on the hands that have prepared the food that we are about to partake. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Scotty, what do you say?
Yes, and ready?
God bless the class. I gotta repeat that?
Yeah, repeat that.
Okay.
Yes and to boots we go, to sing the good, to my people. Yes and amen.
Okay, question.
Please go down and look in.
Very good.
Beautiful. Hold up early. I gotta put a new battery in.
Put your incident. In Baltimore, there lived a boy who wasn't anybody's joy. Although his name was Jabez Dawes, his character was full of flaws. In school, he never led the classes. He hid old ladies' reading glasses. His mouth was open while he chewed, and elbows to the table glued. He stole the milk of hungry kittens and walked through the doors marked no admittance. He said he acted thus because there wasn't any Santa Claus. Another trick that tickled Jabez was crying boo at little babies. He brushed his teeth, they said in town, sideways instead of up and down. Yet people pardoned every sin and viewed his antics with a grin. Till they were told by Jabez Dawes there isn't any Santa Claus. Deploring how he did behave, his parents quickly sought their grave. They hurried through the portals pearly, and Jabez left the funeral early. Like whooping cough from child to child, he sped to spread the rumor wild. Sure as my name is Jabez Dawes, there isn't any Santa Claus. Slunk like a weasel or a martin through nursery and kindergarten, whispering low to every tot, there isn't any, no there's not. No beer, no pipe, no scarlet clothes, no twinkling eyes, no cherry nose, no sleigh, and furthermore, by Jimmy, nobody coming down the chimney. The children wept all Christmas Eve, and Jabez chortled up his sleeve. No infant dared to hang up his stocking for fear of Jabez' ribald mocking. He sprawled on his untidy bed, fresh malice dancing in his head. And presently, with scalp a-tingling, Jabez heard a distant jingling. He heard the crunch of sleigh and hoof, crisply alighting on the roof. And good to rise and bar the door, a shower of soot was on the floor. Jabez beheld, oh, all of odds, the fireplace was full of Santa Claus. Then Jabez fell upon his knees, with cries of don't and pretty please. He howled, I don't know where you read it, I swear some other fellow said it. Jabez replied the angry saint, it isn't I, it's you that ain't. Although there is no Santa Claus, there isn't any Jabez Dawes. Said Jabez then with impudent vim, oh yes there is, and I am him. Your language don't scare me, it doesn't, and suddenly he found he wasn't. From grinning feet to unkept locks, Jabez became a jack-in-the-box, an ugly toy in Santa's sack, mounting the flue on Santa's back. The neighbors heard his mournful squeal, they searched for him, but not with zeal. No trace was found of Jabez Dawes, which led to thunderous applause. The people drank a loving cup, and went and hung their stockings up. All you who sneer at Santa Claus, beware the fate of Jabez Dawes, the saucy boy who told the saint off, the child who got him licked his paint off.
From St. Nicholas by Clement Clark Moore. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all to the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out in the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away in the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh deer and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all. His dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount in the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was all dressed in fur from head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose was like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe that held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, and a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know that I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his word, filled all the stockings, and turned with a jerk, and laid his finger aside his nose, and gave a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere they drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Please tell me the truth. Is there Santa Claus? Wait. I completely botched that. Start from the beginning.
Go ahead,
Okay. Dear editor, I am 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it is so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible in their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect, an ant in his intellect, as compared with the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And you know that they abound and give us your life, its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would the world be if there were no Santa Claus? It would be as poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except a sense and sight. The eternal light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Now believe in Santa Claus. You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to catch him in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they do not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but there is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. No Santa Claus? Thank God he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10,000 years from now. Glad the heart of children. You struggled there, but you did it. Good girl. I made it through.
Okay, now Mother will close with a prayer.
Now Sophie has closing words.
Dear Heavenly Father,
with family, as we were last weekend in Columbus, tonight at Gladys and Lyle's. Thank you for the joy of this new millennium. Thank you for the many, many gifts you've bestowed upon us and the many blessings we have. Help us to go forward in the new millennium with your same blessings, health, and peace. Be with all of our children and all that they do.
Nobody's stopping me.
This is too much, I got it last year.
We got the pickle.
Somewhere I'll find it.
There are 3 little ornaments that have symbols on them. One is a wreath, one is a candle, and one is a rocking horse. Megan has to find the rocking horse, Brent the wreath, and Amy the candle. No, Amy the wreath and Brent the candle ornaments.
Who has to find the rocking horse?
Megan. And don't find anybody else's.
Oh, I have to find. What do I have to find?
Rocking horse? No, Megan's the rocking horse, Brent the wreath, and Amy the candle. Amy the wreath and Brent
Is
the
this
candle.
wreath? All right.
Did you find it? Who found theirs first?
I have mine.
Phone Megan's sugar.
No, Megan. What do you got, Megan?
$20.
All right.
Alright.
What is this? We get money?
What is the deal?
All right. Time's up. Time's up. If you haven't found it, too bad. No, have to wait till next year, Brent.
No, you